Okay, it's working. Cool. I put this in the description, but I'm going to repeat in case you didn't read it. I just got a sort of wild hair on my way home that I wanted to write a song, but in a different way than I'd written before. So I texted my friend Johan. He's my neighbor, friend of 20 years. And he leads these songwriting retreats out in West Texas every year called Crooked Crow Songwriting Retreat. But anyhow, he has up his sleeve all these different like songwriting approaches. And my favorite ones have been ones that I've learned. One is called translytic. I will certainly be doing a translytic here, but I wanted to do a new one. So I texted him just a second ago and got an email back that I haven't read because I wanted to do it all in real time. So I'm going to do whatever he says and start the process here in this video, hoping that maybe you find it approachable and decide to maybe, if you're feeling creative too, join me in this where you do it as well. And then send me or post it in a comment, like your poem, your song bit, whatever you come up with. So, okay, here we go. So from Johan, open whatever book you are reading to page 119. Oh, crap. I read like audiobooks, so I'm going to have to find my hardback books that I'm reading and use the words on that page. There will be phrases for you there as a gift. Okay. So obviously I need to go get a book. Book I'm reading. Oh, page 119. This is going to be fun. Okay. I have at my bedside The Teachings of Rumi. That would be fun. It's a long story, My Life, Willie Nelson. Sannyasa Tantra. I don't think there are 100 and what was the page number? 119? Yeah, I don't think this even has 119. Hold on a second. Let me look. 119. 115? 16? Huh. No. It pretty much stops at 116, and I think it was 119, if I remember correctly. Let's go to Willie. Shall we? 119. This is fun. I hear the cat somewhere. Ooh, yes. We're going with this one. Okay, so look, we're only at 2. Come on, kitty. You need to hop on out of here, girlfriend. Back through the hall. Hopefully I'm not making you dizzy. All right, here we are. So, ready? 119. I'm going to double check that that's the page because I kind of forgot. Yep, 119. Zoop. Okay. That probably made you dizzy. So here we go. 10. This is chapter 10. Dark Night of the Soul. Clearly, I'm not here yet. I've only just barely. Wait, yeah, I'm kind of at the beginning of this. So ready? I'm going to just read it first, and then we'll find what. Let's see. Use the words on that page. There will be phrases for you there as a gift. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and read all the words first. Okay, kitty? Seemed right. Seemed reasonable. Seemed like the sane thing to do. I'd done all I could back home in Hill County. I'd played every hole in the wall in and out of Waco. I'd done San Antonio. I'd done Dallas. I'd done Fort Worth 2 goddamn times. When it came to big places in Texas, Houston was all that was left. Houston was one vast urban sprawl that went on forever. Houston was all about sticky, stinking humidity, chemical plants, and oil refineries, a ring of faceless suburbs. Houston gave me another bad case of the blues. I found a little apartment for us in Pasadena, one of those lonely-looking industrial suburbs in the shadow of the ship. Ooh, that caught my ear. Okay, so let me show you my supplies. I have a cup, pens, and pencils and markers. And then I've got a blank page. First of all, I like the phrase Dark Night of the Soul. So I'm going to go ahead and, what do you think, Kitty? You think that's a good one to start with too? I'm just going to peruse it now and find phrases that jump out at me. The gifts, the gifts that this is giving me. So I'm going to write those down. So Dark Night of the Soul, I'm going to write down. Dark Night of the Soul. Kitty. She's licking my leg right now. Okay. I want to write down In the Shadow of the Ship. That was the last. So this is the first and the last phrase. In the shadow of the ship. That's cool. Okay. I mean, all the words are cool. So now I'm just going to go through briefly because, this is just a beginning starter. It's more like a way to demonstrate this, this exercise. I feel like Cherry Pie should be saying hello. Cherry, do you want to say hi real quick? Shouldn't you right there? Hi, everyone. That's Cherry Pie. Okay. Most of you have met her. Okay. Let's see here. So it has seemed right, seemed reasonable, seemed like the sane thing to do. I think I'm going to take seemed like the sane thing to do because I like that. The sane thing to do. What else? I played every hole in the wall, blah, 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 San Antonio, Dallas, Fort times. When it came to big places in Texas, Houston was all that was left. I don't really feel like writing about Houston particularly, so I'm not going to write about Houston right now. But I am going to put one vast urban sprawl that went on forever. I like that. One vast urban sprawl that went on forever. Okay. Not interested in the chemical plants and the oil refinery. I am going to do a ring of faceless suburbs. I like the ring of that, a ring of faceless. Mostly that's the part I like. Faceless suburbs, But, I'm going to put that in, is it parentheses? Parentheses. I haven't been in school in a long time. Houston gave me another bad case of the blues. I'm going to do gave me another bad case of the blues. Because there aren't a lot of words on here. Another bad case of the blues. Okay. Little apartment. One of those lonely looking industrial suburbs in the shadow of the... Okay. I'll just put lonely looking as my final choice. Lonely looking. Okay. So here we are. Now I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to go ahead and give myself, 5 minutes at most. Okay, there's my extremely messy handwriting. I'm a very sloppy writer these days. Okay, so there's my handwriting with all these phrases. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 phrases now. I'm going to now, because that was all the instruction that Johan gave me. So honestly, I don't have much more to go on other than these are the words I start with. So I'm going to first look for themes. That's what I'm going to do. This is where I'm starting to decide how I take this exercise on themes. So I'm going to kind of look for like, since I'm a painter, I like to look for imagery and color and stuff. So I'm going to circle dark night because I just, dark is maybe a vibe. I'm going to put dark at the top. Because in the shadow is another sort of dark. Seemed like the sane thing to do. One vast urban sprawl. So I'm going to circle urban because that's another kind of setting, thematic. I'm thinking subjects and color right now. Went on forever. A ring of faceless suburbs. Gave me another bad case of the blues. Lonely. Okay. So I'm going to do dark urban. I'm putting this at the top. Dark and urban. That's just like name my setting. Dark and urban. Okay. Next, I am looking for, that's the cat playing in the background. So I am looking for like other objects, maybe like other objects. And so I'm going to put ship soul, I'm just trying to think of like what's happening here. So this is how I start. Ship, soul. When I have my own songs, and this is a trick that my friend Nicolette taught me, when we were in like an editing process of songwriting, she would try to make sure it was cohesive. And so then we would pick up all the like sparkling little, you know, like colors and subjects and objects, and we'd make a list at the top. And if there was one that didn't quite fit, but everything else fit, then we'd shift that one to try to make it fit. Does that make sense? And so I'm kind of looking for the themes in this right now, as if I had already written this myself. Okay. And then, so I have ship and soul, and then I'm going to do feelings. So the feelings we have here are lonely, looking. So I'm going to put lonely, then I'm going to put looking, which I mean, that's not a feeling. But I like the looking, searching is sort of like it's a feeling ish. I'm going to put looking, searching. Feelings seems like the same thing to do. Went on forever. Ring of faceless suburbs. Bad case of the blues. So I'm just going to put blue, meaning sad. Yeah, blue/sad, lonely, looking, searching. Those are my feeler words. I've got my like setting, which is the dark, urban, ship, soul. Ship and urban, I mean, it's a city on the water. Kitty, you're going bonkers. So now I have my themes. How much time do I have? 3 minutes. I want to make this video 15 minutes. So it's not too long. Of course, nobody has to watch it. So there's that. But it's here. So in my last 3 minutes, I'm going to fast forward to, I like to sometimes bring in music and melody and vibe almost immediately because that's just fun for me. And so I tend to grab an instrument, a guitar or whatever, and start to like sort of sit with words, sit with phrases, sit with tone, and then see what musically comes out so that I can just get a nugget of the musical part thrown in sooner rather than later. I don't sit down and just like write lyrics and have no melody, no music at all. It always is like interwoven for me with like melody, tone, sound. Those things are just so important. So for me, it's not just about the words. So let's move away from the paper now. And at this point, I'm blending this with my songwriting approach, but kind of fun to do it all. Hold on one second. I'm going to get a guitar or something. I think that's sort of in tune. I'll bring my one. Kitty. Try not to step on the cat. I'm going to bring my guitar that, the one that's closest to me. But it's the one I tuned down for in between. Because it's dark sounding. Dark. So I'm like a intuitive, that's not the right word. Spontaneous. I don't like to overthink things. So I tend to just like play around and then think to myself, like, does that feel right? Sure. And if it feels totally off, like if I think I did a little bit of that and I was like, ew, no, like that totally doesn't feel good. But this feels dark. So I basically am doing, I don't even know what this is called. It's sort of an E minor. But it's like an E minor something, whatever. Okay. So I'm just doing a little rolling bass line. And then, at this point, I know this is going to be so silly that I'm clearly recording this, but I'm walking you through my process. I record on my iPhone voice memo whenever I'm starting to catch a melody and musical notes and whatnot. I try to capture like whatever comes out right at the beginning so that I don't lose the initial. To me, this is like getting the paint and like splattering the canvas, and it's going to set the tone for the whole song, So I'm just going to record what I've got, and I'm pretty much up at time. So this will be like a probably good landing place, but I'm just going to press record. And then I'm going to vamp basically, which is like make it up. And this is me capturing my raw material to build on later. And maybe I will actually finish the song and then I'll post it as like a song later. Okay. That's a big old challenge for myself. In the dark night of the soul, in the shadow of the ship, seemed like a sane thing to do. I'm just reading the lyrics of Willie's words. On a vast urban sprawl. Well, I'm sort of, when I'm not forevermore, a ring of faceless fools gave me another bad case of the blues. What did I do? Oh, I should be like showing myself what I'm doing too. Okay, so I'm going to stop there because I'm a minute over time. So in 15 minutes, I went from not knowing what the prompt was to, getting something to work with, which is what I have at this point is I've got words, themes, phrases that I'm taking as gifts from Willie. Thank you, Willie Nelson, my co-writer. Yeah. I'll send it to him, when I have a rough draft and be like, Willie, what do you want to do with this? I totally will do something like that because that's what I do. What else? We've got like melody worked out, some chords that are, they may change, but they may stay the same. Honestly, like I stay pretty close to what comes out in my initial, and then build from it. So that's kind of the raw material, I'd say, between the words and the melody and the instrumentation. So let's just, pause here, see what I come up with later, hopefully in not too long, but this was fun. Thanks for joining me in this. Cherry Pie, do you want to say bye-bye? She's very focused on this like soccer ball thing. Cherry, Cerecita. Anyways, she's focused on that. Bye-bye.